final assessment 2 we have completed up to the chapter number 8. Okay, that was factorization. Today onwards we are going to start beta understanding quadrilateral, that is chapter number 9. Okay, in this chapter we are going to learn meaning of polygons, then types of polygons, then angle sum property for the polygons, different kind of polygons, and one more thing, that is diagonals of polygons. Okay, first of all we have to understand that what do we mean by polygons. Okay, polygons, see that polygons is a combination of two words beta, poly plus gon. Okay, poly means beta many and gon means sides. Then what definition comes for the polygon? A closed figure made by infinite. For here many, I am using word infinite. Okay, not infinite, no, finite. A closed figure made by finite number of sides is known as the polygons. Finite means beta which can be countable. Okay, finite means which can be countable. For example, we are going to take example as for three sides. If first figure which is closed figure, that is at least three sides. By the two sides we cannot make any closed figure. Can we make any closed figure by two sides? No, it is not possible. So the least figure that can be closed, it will be of three sides. And for three sides, what we are using, what we are saying, this figure, triangle. What we are saying beta? Triangle. For four sides, okay, if four sides will be there, so what it is known as the quadrilateral. In short I am writing quadrilateral. Okay, if five sides will be there, then what meanings come? Five sides means pentagon. Okay, pentagon. For six sides, you already know these things also, that is hexagon. Okay, seven sides if there will be, then what name will be? Heptagon. Okay, heptagon. 8 side beta, octagon. Okay, 9 sides, nonagon. Or for 10 sides, the figure known as the decagon. Only up to 10 sides figure, 10 sides polygon we are going to learn here. Okay, here our topic comes from this one, that is known as the quadrilateral. That is known as the quadrilateral. Okay, again listen, what was the definition for the polygons? Polygons are the figures, closed figure bounded by, okay, bounded by finite number of line segments. Finite numbers of line segments. Finite means if three sides will be there, then the polygon will be as triangle. If four sides will be there, polygon will be as quadrilateral. If five sides will be pentagon, and so on. I have written over here. Okay, then next thing comes circles. It's also a closed figure. Okay, we are learning here polygons means closed figure. Then circle is also a closed figure, whether it is a polygon or not. So circle is not a polygon. Okay, why it is not a polygon beta? Because a circle having infinite numbers of line segment. Circle having infinite number of line segment. So, and in our definition we have said that a polygon is a figure having finite number of line segment. In circle we are saying it is a combination of infinite number of line segment, hence circle is not a polygon. Okay, now we are going to learn that the types of polygons. Here beta, now see that polygons can be classified into two categories. First one is regular polygon and second one is irregular polygon. What do you mean by regular polygons? Regular polygons means first one is all sides will be equal. All sides equal. And second one is all angles equal. All angles will be equal. So, can you tell me the examples of the all side and all angles equal from triangle? First one will be, in triangles it is equilateral triangle. You know that in equilateral triangle all sides and all angles are equal. From quadrilateral what can be? It can be a square. Okay, in a square all sides are equal and every angle is equal to 90 degrees. And we can say that third one we can regular hexagon. Regular hexagon. These are the examples of regular figure. Irregular figure means those are not regular. Means those are not regular. Then what can be their properties? Which are not regular. Not regular. It means in these figures it is not necessary that all sides and all angles will be equal. So what can be example here? I am taking the example rectangle. Okay, rectangle. In rectangle opposite sides are equal. Whether the angles are equal, one property rectangle is satisfying. But in regular figure it is must that all sides and all angles must be equal. But here in rectangle only opposite sides are equal. All angles are equal but opposite sides are equal. So it is not satisfying the first property that all sides are equal. Hence that rectangle will come in a category of irregular figure. Second one we can take as example rhombus. Okay, in rhombus also, although all sides are equal but each angle is not equal. That's why it will be in a category of irregular figure. Okay, afterwards again these were the classification of polygons. In one more category we can classify the polygons. We are coming to the next category now. Now see that beta, here in one more category polygon can be classified. First one is convex polygon and second one is concave polygon. So what do we mean by convex polygon? In convex polygon, okay, all diagonals form inside the figure. Okay, and second property is that all angles must be less than 180 degree. Okay, these kinds of polygons are known as the convex polygon. Here what can be the example? Rectangle, square, triangles, anything. You can see that here all the diagonals form inside the figure. If I will make the diagonals, you can see that all the diagonals means if we are joining the opposite vertex, means it is not this consecutive vertex. Consecutive means those are near to each other, not this and this. Opposite vertex. If we are joining the opposite vertex of any figure, then those line segments are known as the diagonals. Okay, here also if you square or rhombus or any figure I will take, then here also you can see that all the diagonals are forming inside the figure. Okay, if I will take, you can see that in the given figure all the angles must be less than 180 degree. Inside angles are always must be equal to 180 degree. And here what do we mean by the concave polygon? Concave polygons are those polygons in which all the diagonals, or not all the diagonal, one diagonal at least out of the out of the figure. Okay. Second is all angles, one angle must be greater than 180. One angle must be greater than 180. You can see that if I will make the figure like that, you can see this. Okay, if I will make the figure like that here also, this is also a closed figure. Okay, if I will join, it is not made the perfectly. See that how I am going to make it. Okay, now see that. If I will join the opposite vertex of this one, you can see that this line segment is coming out of the figure. Okay, if I will see this angle, it is greater than 180 because 180 when a straight line comes, but you can see that it is greater than 180. That's why it is a concave polygon. Here also, if I will join these two corners, okay, then also this line segment is coming out of the figure. It is diagonal. It is coming out of the figure, and you see that this angle is also greater than 180. That's why it is a concave polygon. That's why it is a concave polygon. Okay. Now next thing we are going to, maybe everybody of you are clear now, convex polygon and concave polygon. Convex polygon, again I am going to repeat you beta, are the in which all diagonals form inside of the figure and every angle will be less than 180 degree. And in concave polygon, it is not necessary that all the diagonals will be inside the figure. At least one diagonal will be out of the figure and one angle must be greater than 180. Okay, here also in figure I have explained this. Now we are going to learn that angle sum property of the polygon. Now here beta, next thing we are going to learn about that the angle sum property of the polygons. Okay, what do you mean by? You know that angle sum property, if we will add all the interior angles of the triangle, you know that these are the interior angles. You already know this, you have done the question based on this also in earlier classes. Angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. The sum of three angles of a triangle is always equal to 180 degree. Now we are going to learn what will be the interior angle sum of a pentagon. Okay, so how we will do the see? I am joining its vertex A to D. In this way, I will get one triangle AED. I am going to join another with AC. Okay, in this way you can see that I will get three triangles. One triangle, this one, another ADC I will get. Okay, ADC triangle I will get. Okay, this one, and third one, this one. How many triangles I got in this pentagon now? Three triangles I got. Okay, and three triangles. And what will be then their sum? 3 into 180. So what will be the sum of the interior angles? 540 degree. Okay. Hexagon I am going to do now. See that I am joining A to E. First triangle I will get, then AD, and then AC. Now see, tell me that how many triangles it is divided now? 1, 2, 3 and 4 triangles. Okay. So 4 into 180. How much? 720 degree will be the sum of the interior. Now see that beta. Okay. When a triangle was there, in how many, what was the sum? What was its sum? 180. When we have divided pentagon, pentagon means how many sides? 5 sides. Okay, 5 sides. Hexagon means 6 sides. For pentagon, by which number we have multiplied? 3. 3. It means 5. How much less is 3? Then 5, 2. Okay. So you can see that can we generate one formula for this, for finding the sum, interior angle sum of a polygon. Yes, we can find. See that beta, 5 minus 2 will be 3. Here how many sides were there? 6. How much we have? We are subtracting. By 4 we have multiplied. So how much again we have subtracted? 2. If I will take number of sides is equal to, if I will take n. So if we will multiply n minus 2, okay, n means number of sides, and you can see that everywhere we are subtracting 2. n minus 2, okay, multiplied by 180. Then we can get the interior angle sum of a polygon. Here I am going to do for pentagon. Just see. N means beta. How many sides were there? 5. Minus 2 into 180. So 5 minus 2, 3. 3 into 180. What will be the angle sum? You can see by this method also we got same, and here by this formula also we are getting same. So if we would like to calculate the means angle sum of a given polygon, so which formula we will apply? N minus 2 into 180. Okay, n minus 2 into 180 will be your this, which one? Formula for finding the interior angle sum of any polygon. Okay, now come to the next thing, that is diagonals of a polygon. Now we are going to understand. Okay, diagonals of polygons means beta, right now also I explained you, that is what do you mean by the diagonal. If we are joining the opposite vertex of any quadrilateral, then those line segments are known as the diagonal. You can see that here I have drawn one rectangle and I have joined A, B, C or D. I have joined BD, opposite vertex, or AC. Then AC and BD will be diagonal. So how many diagonals are in a quadrilateral? 2 diagonals. How many diagonals beta? 2 diagonals. Here I have drawn one pentagon. Okay, A, B, C, D, E. 5 sides are there, 5 line segments. I have joined A to D, A to C, E to B. These all are opposite vertex. Again I am going to do this one also. These are also opposite vertex. Then how many line segments are there? See that. First one is AD, then AC, then EB, then EB, and then I have drawn EC, EC and DB, BD or DB. How many line segments came? How many diagonals came? 5 diagonals. In this way, you can draw the number of diagonals for hexagon also, and you can draw those diagonals yourself. Okay. So in this way, you have seen beta, if a quadrilateral is there, then how many diagonals came? 2 diagonals. If pentagon is there, then how many diagonals came? 5 diagonals. Okay. Now we are going to learn that what can be the formula for the number of diagonals. So number of diagonals in any polygon, number of diagonals for any polygon will be, we are just simplifying or learning one simple formula for the number of diagonals is equal to n minus 3 upon 2. Now we are going to verify it for a quadrilateral. Quadrilateral means beta how many sides? 4. So what will be the value of n here? 4. Now see that. Put the value here. 4. 4 minus 3 upon 2. 4 into 1 upon 2. 2 2 ja 4. 2 1 ja 2. How many diagonals will come? 2. So for any quadrilateral you got 2 diagonals. Now I am going to learn for pentagon. How we will calculate for the pentagon. Pentagon having how many sides? N is equal to 5. Now put the value here. N means 5. 5 minus 3 divided by 2. So 5 into 5 minus 3, 2. 2 upon 2. How many diagonals will come? 5. So it is It is not possible that every time we will draw the diagonals and then we will calculate them or count them. Okay, no. So general formula is the number of diagonals for any polygon is n minus 3 divided by 2. So you will learn this formula also. I have verified this for quadrilateral or pentagon also, and you can verify it for the hexagon, octagon, nonagon, or in suppose you have given one question like that, find the number of diagonals for any figure having 20 sides, 15 sides. In that case your value will be, for the value of n will be, if 20 sides are given then n will be equal to 20. If 15 sides are given, at that time you will take n as 15 and you can calculate the number of diagonals for any polygon. Okay, now afterwards we are going to learn beta the sum, what can be the sum of the exterior angle of any polygon. Exterior angle, interior angle sum right now we have learned in a previous part. Okay, now we are going to learn that what can be the exterior angle sum of any polygon. Okay, just now beta we are going to learn exterior angle sum of any polygon. So here you just keep one thing in your mind, that exterior angle sum of any polygon will be always equal to 360 degree. It will always equal to 360 degree. Just see here whether it will have 3 side, 4 side, 5 side or n side. N side means we don't know up to how many sides it will have. But means outer angle sum will always equal to 360 degree. Now see that in case of, we have extended in triangle I made, and I have extended these lines here in this way. Okay, so you can see that these are making exterior angles. So these angles sum, here I am taking that angle 1, 2 or 3. So angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3, in case of triangle it will be equal to beta 360. And you know that interior angle sum in a triangle is always equal to 180 degree. Now see that in a quadrilateral also, here I have extended the side, you can see in figure. Here also angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D is equal to 360. Now see that in case of pentagon I made in this way. Okay, here now from where we have increase this side, then this side, then here this side, that this side, and then this side. So you can see that this is angle 1, 2, 3, here 4 and here 5. So angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 4 plus angle 5 is equal to also equal to 360. So in this case similarly for in hexagon, octagon, for all the outer angle sum will be equal to 360. Okay. Beta now see that regular polygon. One more thing I have to keep in your mind, that regular polygon. Regular polygon means a polygon in which all the sides and all the angles are equal. Our figure are known as regular polygon. We have started the topic from here, classification. Now you have to keep one more thing in your mind, that all the interior angles of regular polygon are always equal, or not all interior but exterior angles are always be equal. Not only the interior but interior and exterior angle of a regular polygon are always be equal. Okay, now see that, come to the next thing, number of sides of a regular polygon. Okay, number of sides of a polygon. Number of sides of a regular polygon is equal to, if suppose we have given a regular polygon and its one exterior angle is given, suppose that at that time how we will calculate the number of sides of a regular polygon, it will be 360 upon exterior angle. Okay, we have to calculate exterior angle at that time. If suppose exterior angle we would like to calculate, exterior angle is equal to 360 divided by number of sides. Okay, number of sides. And one more thing you have to keep in your mind, that exterior angle plus interior angle. sum exterior angle plus interior angle always equal to 180 degree. Okay, if suppose we have to give an exterior angle, then we can calculate interior angle. With the help of this, we will subtract exterior angle from the 180 degree. We will get interior angle. If interior angle is given to us, then we will subtract exterior angle from the 180, then we will get the interior angle. Okay, so in this way all the formulas and all the things which are important for the topic, we have covered all the things now. Okay, afterwards now we are coming to the exercise of the given topic. Now see that beta, I am not going to write the question now. You just keep the book with you. Okay, and what is the first question? See that how many diagonals are there in the following polygon. Okay, we have to find the number of diagonals in the polygon. What is that? In case of pentagon, we have to find. Okay, pentagon, you know that number of diagonals. Just now we have run the formula. Number of diagonals is equal to n minus 3 upon 2. And what will be the value? Pentagon, for pentagon n is equal to 5. So put the values here. N means 5. 5 minus 3 divided by 2. 5 means 5 into 2 upon 2. How many diagonals will be in pentagon? 5 diagonals. Just before, while I was teaching you diagonals, at that time also I have calculated this one. Okay, in this way, B and C part of this question you will do in your homework. Okay, now come to the question number 2. What is that? A polygon has 27 diagonals. How many sides does it have? Okay, diagonals is equal to n minus 3 upon 2. Here diagonal is equal to 27 you have to give in. So put the value at 27 is equal to n minus 3 upon 2. Okay, now do the cross multiplication like that. So 27 into 2 is equal to n minus 3. So see that 54 is equal to n square minus 3n. So n square minus 3n. Here shift this 54 here. Minus 54 is equal to 0. Now you can see that beta, this is a quadratic equation. Okay, and you have learned this quadratic equation. How we will do factorization of this one? We have done middle term splitting in the chapter number 8. Okay, see that how we will do this now. You just do the factorization of this 54. Here n is equal to a, if we will compare, a is equal to 1, b is equal to 3 and c is equal to 54. So a into c is equal to beta 1 into 54 is equal to 54. Now see that in which table 54 comes? 9 6 is 54. Okay. Okay. So 9 and 6. See that if we will do the addition of subtraction of 9 and 6, are we getting 3? 9 plus 6, 15. We are not getting middle term. So 9 minus 6, yes, we are getting middle term. If we will do 9 minus 6, we are getting 3. So this factor is correct. So how you will do? N square minus, for 3, how you will write? 9 minus 6 and out of the bracket n. Okay, minus 54. Minus 54 is equal to 0. Okay, now see that multiply by this minus sign inside the bracket. N square minus 9n plus 6n minus 54 is equal to 0. Now take n as common. N minus 9 plus 6 and 6 9 ja 54 is equal to 0. So n minus 9 again it will come as common. So what will remain? N plus 6. Okay. So if we will do n minus 9 is equal to 0. So n is equal to 0 plus 9. So n is equal to 9 diagonals are possible. Okay. If we will take n plus 6 is equal to 0. So n is equal to 0 minus 6. This plus 6 will shift on that side. Okay. So n is equal to minus 6. So it is not possible. So how many diagonals that polygon can have? n is equal to 9 diagonals. So this will be your answer because the number of diagonals cannot be negative. Okay beta. So if you have learned the previous chapter properly, then only you can understand this one. That's why I told you at that time also, this topic is not important for the factorization only. Now more and more time it will come in your different chapter. As you have seen here that the question came, and this is very important question. Again I am repeating, this is important question. So do this question properly and understand it properly. Okay. And because this is related to your previous topic factorization, so you should keep the factorization also in your mind. As we have seen n square, so immediately we should be able to understand that by which how we can do this. Okay, I have seen that here n square coming, and I know that n square means whenever the quadratic equation come, at that time by the middle term splitting we can do that. Okay, so in this way you should be able, and when you will be able to understand, when you will do more and more practice, then only you can understand that how we will do the topic. Okay, now we are coming to the question number 3 beta. Okay, now see that beta, what is the question next one? Find the measure of interior angle of a regular hexagon. Okay, which angle you have to find? Interior angle. Interior angle of hexagon. Hexagon means regular hexagon he says. Regular means in which all sides are equal. You have learned one formula, exterior angle is equal to, right now we have learned just before this exercise, exterior angle is equal to 360 divided by number of sides. Number of sides. See that now, exterior angle. It was that exterior angle. Okay. So exterior angle is equal to 360 divided by, for a regular hexagon, how many sides will be there? 6. 6 6 ja 36, 60 degree. So exterior angle is equal to beta, exterior angle is equal to 60 degree. But which angle you have to find? Interior angle. So interior, one more thing I taught you, interior plus exterior, okay, will be always equal to 180 degree. So exterior angle, how much you have to given? You just calculated 60 degree is equal to 180 degree. Here interior angle. Okay. So interior angle plus 60 degree is equal to 180. So interior is equal to 180 minus 60 degree, and that will be equal to 120 degree. So in this way you will do this question. Okay, one more part of this question I am going to do, that is B part, and that is polygon of 8 sides. How many sides we have given this time? 8 sides. Now see that again, do exterior angle. Exterior angle is equal to 360 divided by number of sides. So 360 divided by how many sides we have given? 8. Okay. So 8 4 ja 32. 8 5 ja 40. 45 degrees coming. It is exterior angle. Now see that exterior plus interior is equal to 180. Exterior you got how much beta? 45 degree plus interior is equal to 180 degree. So interior will be equal to 180 minus 45, and that will be equal to how much beta? 135 degree. 135 degree. Okay. So in this way, C part of this question you will do yourself. At that time you have to given n is equal to 10. Okay, n is equal to 10. So beta, you just complete exercise 9.1 up to the question number 3rd. Okay, in next class we will discuss from the question number 4th onwards. Okay, just enough for today. Thank you and have a good day to all of you.